Alright class, so I have my layout set out with my skull. What I want to do is I want to go into view and go into overprint preview because this will white everything out and just make everything easier to see as I'm drawing as opposed to having a gray background here. So just white everything out. I noticed in my previous video I asked you to do units of measure in inches, so I would like that to change to pixels. So the way to do that is you go into File, Document Setup, and in here you can change your units of measure. So just go into Units and Pixels and hit OK. Now I'm ready to start building some patterns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the ellipse tool right here and start playing around with different types of shapes that I can create with just a simple circle. So I'm going to go into Effect, I'm going to go into Distort and Transform and select Pucker and Bloat. And you'll see what this does. If you slide the scale and you want to make sure that preview is set, you'll notice the shape starts to change into either more of a bloated shape or more of a pucker shape. So this one kind of caves in more, this one caves out more. So I want to go 50, hit OK. And I want to duplicate this shape so that I have more petals coming out. So what I'll do is do Command C, Command F. Now it already made a duplicate. It's right on top of each other, so I will just take the handles on the sides and rotate them 45 degrees. Alright? So with that, I have an interesting shape. And then what I want to do is I want to create this into a full shape. So I'm going to go into Object, I'm going to say Expand Appearance, and then I'm going to go into my Pathfinder and unite this shape, like so. Okay? So now I want to start building more on this floral. So what I'll do is I'm going to go into Object, I'm going to go into Path, Offset Path, and what Offset Path does is it creates an identical shape around this original shape, but it's in the background. So here, I'll show you what this does. So we'll click Preview and hit OK. And then let's say I think that's a little too small. So I'll go into Object Path, Set Path again. Let's say I want to go 14. So that seems a little bit better. Right? And then offset this path. So you're just creating outlines around your floral. Let's see what this does. I probably want to do a little bit more just to create more space. Okay. So notice everything is very much in the center. Everything is neatly stacked. So I want to make sure I maintain that throughout my whole work process. So I want to go back to the ellipse tool once again. And as you can see, when I hover, I have this central point that tells me I'm smack dab in the middle right here. And I want to make sure that my shapes are always aligned to the center. So I want to hold down Shift, and the Option tool. I want to make sure that I have them aligned to the center, like so. And I want to make this a little bit larger, so I'll hold down Shift and Option. Shift and Option, yep. Just like so. Makes it a little bit larger. I'm going to make this into a black shape. Ignore that. Let's zoom in a little more. Like before, we're going to make a copy right on top of this copy. So Command C, Command F, hold down Option and Shift to make sure it is in place. make sure you make this into white. And then you might want to make this a little bit smaller, like so. Okay. Again, Command copy, Command F, and you're selecting Shift, and Option, like so. And we're making this black. So this is pretty much the basic of my shape, and then what I want to do is start decorating. So what I'll do is, again, select the ellipse tool, make a circle on top. Now, when I go in here, I can customize the shape further. And I selected the direct selection tool so that I can see my points. And I want to get rid of those top and bottom points by eliminating the handles like so. I want to make more of a diamond shape. So something that looks like this. Okay. Then what I want to do is I want to make sure that I have this element on all of my petals. So I'm going to click and hold down Option to make a duplicate, like so. Group these two, so Command G, and you're going to go again, Command C, Command F, and then you're going to rotate 45 degrees by holding down Shift. You're going to do that again all around. So Command C, Command F, hold down Shift, rotate 45 degrees. Command C, Command F, hold down Shift and rotate 45 degrees. Okay, so this is starting to have some detail to it that I like. I would like to do the same shape that I have here up on top, so I'm going to ungroup this and make this similar. So again, group, copy, and F, and C, and F, and rotate, C, F. I want to do the same thing over here, but on a smaller scale. So what I'll do is change the shape a little bit. So maybe I want to do a circle here. Okay, do that. And select the two, group them, and then Command C, Command F, rotate 45 degrees. Command C, Command F, Shift and rotate. Command C, Command F, and rotate. Now I want to do a little bit more detail here inside of this circle. So what I want to do is, again, take something similar to this shape, like a petal, and just create something unique. So what I'll do is I will, again, get rid of the handles like so. Okay. You'll notice I'm starting to create a floral mandala shape, which will be unique to the Dia de los Muertos mask. And I want to make sure that I have enough of those types of florals to create visual interest. So I have a smaller diamond shape right here, a little bit more narrow. So what I want to do, I'll zoom in a little, and then I'll have this selected with the selection tool. I'm going to click the rotate tool right here, and I'm going to hold down Option, and right where it says anchor, I'm going to go down and find the center right here. And I'm holding down Option and I want to click. And this creates an anchor for me. So what I want to do is I want to create this petal-like pattern all around the circle. So I want to say 360 divided by 20. and I'm going to click copy. Then the interesting part of this effect is you go Command D, D all around. Neat little trick. Okay. Let's say I want to do something similar to that down here. Just make this a little bit smaller. I'll make this in black. Make sure that it's in the right position, like so. Okay, so again, I have this selected. I'm going to click the rotate tool, and I'm going to find the center right here where it says center, and I have the option key held down, and I'm going to click, and out comes the rotate panel. And what I'm going to do is again say 360 divided by 20, and I'm going to say copy, and then Command D all around. Neat. Okay. So I'm liking where this floral is going, so I might want to stop or keep going. So what I'm going to do is group this like so. So Command G to group. Then what I want to do is I want to make sure that my half and I outline stroke. And the reason why is if I don't outline those strokes, when I decrease in scale or increase in scale, the size of the stroke is going to be relative to the size of the scale. So it's not actually going to maintain this nice width that I have. So I actually have to convert it into a shape. So I just did that, and I'm going to decrease the size of this floral design. And then I'm going to make this into the eyes, like so. Alright. So this is the beginning of my mask, as you can see. And I want to make sure that it's centered to the skull. What you want to do, you want to make sure that you group these two eyes together like so. And then you're going to select the skull outline. You're going to find your align tool. And you're just going to go horizontal align. So now it's centered horizontally. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and build more floral shapes like this. And vary them up a little bit. So I want to create a floral shape just for the eyes. Might want to create a floral shape right here for the forehead, maybe something for the chin. So I'll see you in the next video and show you what my progress has been.